You don't think I care about the challenge final just starting? That season began in 2021. We were at the final 10 4 months ago. What do we... Sorry. Can't stream next year either. The Challenge 40 Final Part 7 is going to be on. The longest seasons for no reason. It's insane. Insane. It's been 5 months this season. There's no off season. You want to hear my hot take? I feel like the Challenge should be like a 3 days a week kind of show. Big Brother style. Because it's like, what else has MTV got going on? They got such a busy, airing schedule. MTV as a network kind of reminds me of Showtime. Or no. It's here just in the sense of this. Showtime doesn't have any good shows. Showtime has a single show that they just keep making new versions of. At least now. There was good stuff before. Showtime made Dexter and says, all right, from now on, we are the Dexter Network. AMC did the same thing with The Walking Dead. And yes, they had Breaking Bad, I know. But they didn't have 90 spinoffs. It's 20 hours of ridiculousness, which probably pulls in crazy viewers because I love ridiculousness. Which brings me to today's stream guest, Chanel West Coast. Come on in. That'd be cool, though. Imagine I got Chanel West Coast on stream. Thank you, Wills DeWay, for the 13, and Vanessa for the year. Enjoy your piss hat. Will, you've had it for a month now. Nothing good on AMC besides all the Walking Dead spinoffs. I mean, they had Breaking Bad. Were they Boardwalk Empire, or was that Showtime? There was that, samurai show that was kind of awesome. Into the Badlands. Guys, remember Into the Badlands? You get all the commercials after Walking Dead. It'd be between Walking Dead and Talking Dead. I like that a lot. Veep was HBO, I think. Mad Men, of course. Later this year, we get to see America on the Challenge 41. At this rate, you guys are never going to see the Challenge 41. The Challenge 40 will just continue endlessly. That's my answer to that. But how are you guys? How do y'all enjoy Deal or No Deal Island? You want to talk about that for 5 seconds? Because I watched it for the first time. I've never seen Dondi Season 1. And the format is, reasonably intriguing. Here's the disappointment to me. It seems like the editors really know what they're doing. They're trying to make the most out of this goofy, wacky format. Thank you, Hillary, for the 11. One more till you get your piss hat. This is huge for you. Low-key was bored. It was kind of fucked up of them to have Dr. Will on the season to bring in viewers and then use him to bait them into a second thing. Tom, the 5 gifted. How are you, Tom? I appreciate you. Hey, bub, you should have just got one of Tom's gifted subs. That's on you. Big one here. I have a piss hat. I'm glad to see it. Here's what frustrated me about Dondi. But again, thank you, Tom. I hope you're doing all right. I love David and Parvati. David is the one season of Australian Survivor that I watched. Actually, I watched 2 of them. I watched the one that Pia won and the one that David won. Which I think that was David's first season, right? I remember it was David and Luke and whatever. First of all, this is the best run on reality TV by Luke in the past year and a half. Very impressive. Putting aside ejections and stuff like that, this run from Luke on Dondi could be the worst one episode run on reality TV ever. Ever. You know what I mean? Let's just walk through it. First of all, he doesn't listen to David. That's fine. Then he goes and gets this case swap. Okay, he gets a case swap. He gets his amount of money, and he gets to swap it with any case that someone else has. And some of those cases are open, so you can see the values, and some of them are closed, so you don't see the values. So he decides to go with the highest value of an already opened case. Well, that makes some sense. Be better safe than sorry. That's a pretty high number. But all the closed cases he knew and was confirmed was higher than the number he chose. So that was the first part. Big mistake. Very stupid decision. Totally fumbled. Could have saved himself there. Then he says, please send me in to the Deal or No Deal Showdown or whatever the fuck it's called. Okay. Whatever. I think it's a bad idea. I don't know if anyone's run the probability yet of what are your odds of winning that thing? 40%, 45%, something like that? So he goes in. He withers down the choices. The way the showdown works, if you guys don't know, is you want to make a good deal. The way that works is you play Deal or No Deal, and when the banker offers you a deal, hi, I'm going to give you $5. If in your case is any number lower than 5, you win because you made a good deal. You got more money than your case would have gotten you. He has this opportunity where he has $1, where he has 1 cent, or $5, $1, and then $500,000 are the 3 options. He's offered a deal, which is in between $5 and $500,000. Which means if he has the $1 or the $5, he just wins. 2 out of 3, 67% chance of winning, and he says, no deal. Because he's so dumb. Oh, it pissed me off. So annoying. I'm sure Will is going to enter on episode 2. Thank you, Anonymous, for gifting Hey Bub. There you go, Hey Bub. The whining works. See, chat? To any of you non-subs out there, whine, someone will gift you. It's a good lesson. I like reinforcing that kind of behavior, Anonymous. I appreciate you. Thank you, Tom. The Parvati and David dynamic, I do find somewhat frustrating the way they're editing it, where it's so cartoonish right now. I just want to see them interact. And it feels like they're just doing these TV conversations of oh, we got to school all these kids. And they went to the camera person and said, all right, record us. Which is kind of annoying. Thank you, Heather, for the 13 months. How are you doing? Anyone wants to sub with a Twitch Prime, you just link your Twitch account to your Amazon account. You get a free sub. It's just taking money away from Amazon and giving it to me. And then I'm probably going to buy something on Amazon. So it's all a loop. When is the Cam Sullivan Brown music playlist joint stream? Has he streamed yet? First of all, shout outs to Cam. He's dealing with some fucked up shit. Stuff that I've been... It was a very different situation, but a somewhat similar situation. So I hope he's doing all right. He streamed multiple times. Awesome. Yeah, I didn't talk to Cam much. We interacted one day in the Orlando. We had a little conversation, but... That's fun. He's streaming tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome. I'll probably just pop in to stream tomorrow. Gail Tears, thanks for the gift. What's up? Hey there, Juliet, getting the sub. The Nick City for the 2 months. I love people who've subbed for 2 months because it means since I've been streaming for 13 months, at 2 different points, they've decided I'm going to give this person money. Because I feel a lot of people just have their auto renew, so every month it just subs. Which is ideal, let me be clear. But I like that someone has to make the conscious choice to sub. So thank you, Nick. What happened to Cam? He had his appendix had problems with it. He went to the doctor. They sent him home, and then it burst at home, which is so life-threatening. That is fucked up. It was very similar to my situation where an appendectomy is a very routine surgery that a lot of people have, and surgeons they've done so many of them. But it's routine provided that you have competent practitioners, because if you let a ruptured appendix sit there for too long, it'll just kill you. So what happened with me was when I had testicular torsion, the long and short of it, there's a thing called the spermatic cord, which is not what it sounds like. It's not like the cum noodle. It's not that. It's a spermatic cord, and it directs blood flow to the groin area. Now, mine was twisted, so think about a thing. You just twist it, so it cuts off the blood flow. And if I didn't go to the hospital at the time that I did, I probably would have been paralyzed from the legs down and very likely have died. Well, it probably would have hurt enough at a certain point to like any reasonable person would go to the emergency room. So like that wasn't. I don't want to be overly dramatic. Like it was really never on the table that I would die. But the advice was horribly irresponsible, and it feels like Cam's even worse. So, especially because like appendicitis is such a I feel like someone Cam's age who comes into a hospital, goes to a doctor with these kinds of symptoms, it'd be like the first thing you check. But anyways, thank you JPR for the gift to Sprius. I appreciate that. Very nice. Them saying it's weed is crazy. Oh, so they're racist. I mean, that's what that is usually. They're look, that was something that I experienced as well in my malpractice journey. Not racism, the opposite actually, privilege. Where like they were trying to find a reason why it was my fault that these things were happening to me. So they were like, do you have a history of drug use? I'm like, no, I don't. They're like, do any of your parents? I'm like, how the fuck is this relevant? Like, my dad, if he smoked weed, this makes it so I'm, less likely to take the doctor's advice, and first doctors were playing was drinking and smoking? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to jump to racism, but I totally do because that's what I think it is. So. But apparently he's been called for the challenge. You guys see this? Not based on anything other than, spoiler accounts, but. I'm trying to find the post. Here it is. Yeah, it was did you know any BB26 that's been asked? And then it's shout outs to the dogs at the crib. People are like, Cam's boring. I'm like, he's a nice guy who's really athletic. I'm rooting for him. Thank you, Dummy Aiden, for gifting. What's happening today? Did you guys just get your stimulus checks? Did they finally get in the mail? Everyone on the count of 3 say thank you, Joe Biden. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Would Cory even do the challenge if asked? I'm a very self-aware person, and I understand that I would have a lot of trouble on the challenge. I will say, I'm in better shape now than I've been in my entire life. I'm kind of ripped under this robe. You're going to have to take my word for it. But yeah, I would say yes. I just love the show. I think it's really fun. But that's just me. You did just get paid today? All right, pass it along, Tom. Fuck you, Joe Biden. Wow. The Joseph's taking a stand. We need Americory on The Amazing Race. Y'all are casting us for every show, these points. MJ and Tucker on the challenge would kind of eat. Yeah, I don't know how Tucker would do. I think MJ would kick ass because just like a tall, strong woman is like when you look at the challenge, there's not that many women who are like 6 feet tall. That's crazy. I really think the challenge could use a hiatus for a little bit. So here's what the challenge needs to do, in my opinion. It needs to cast a fresh group of people, but more importantly, revamp the editing style. Give them more alcohol. I'm not saying we need old school challenge, because that's, I don't even know what that really means at a certain point. Like, I know what they mean, but whatever. It just needs to revamp itself, not just cast-wise, but also vibe-wise. Because if you throw any cast into this new era of editing, it just sucks. Whoa, Anonymous definitely got a stimulus check. But I appreciate it, Anonymous. I hope you're doing all right. Green Aquarius, King Purpleo, Flow Walker, Brett, and Barry Boots say thank you. Y'all have been blessed. Need less episodes as well? Yeah, it's a part of it. Blame Camilla for the alcohol limit and Kenny and Evan. Look, here's my thought. You cast racist people, they'll say racist stuff when they drink. You don't cast racist people, they won't say racist stuff when they drink. that a crazy take? Did I cook with that one? Yeah, Zach's doing okay. It wasn't racism, it was worse. Oh, you talking about the driving the golf cart? Imagine reality TV producers not casting racists. I'm okay with casting racists. Well, let me not say that. Casting racists is one thing. Protecting racists in the edit after their racist behavior, that's the problem. See, clearly that was the idea that I was saying was clear. The way I was getting there was not as clear. it's the that's the Shirley line from Community, or I guess Britta's line, where Britta's like, I can excuse racism, but what I can't excuse, and Shirley's like, you can excuse racism. Do you want protection in the edit? To be clear, I don't consider myself a racist that needs protection in the edit. Twitter engagement low. He needs the clip. You guys, all publicity is not good publicity. I have learned this. I've walked in at the wrong time. Might just be the right time. We have a good stream today. I cooked today. I planned to stream. We have a list. I've done a lot of research. It's going to be pretty fun. Yeah, the Evan and Kenny stuff, I do remember what that was. That was insane. Again, like you just blacklist those people from the show. And I'm pretty sure they came back after that, right? Are you ending it by trying to win Race Around the World again? I don't think so. I think I need a break. You including BB Can? I'm not including BB Can because I just haven't seen enough. Like, obviously, I've seen Big Brother Canada 5, and that probably has the best double eviction ever. But I haven't seen enough of the seasons where I couldn't make a fully evaluative list. We need your favorite Community episodes. I'll drop a list one day. Are we counting the 22 triple? It doesn't matter because it's not on the list. If I counted it, if I didn't count it, it wasn't making the list. So, are there other seasons of Kid Nation? I wish. I don't think those producers have escaped jail yet, let alone have the time to make a second season. The best part of the triple is them spoiling the house guests before Julie got to tell them. I just can't believe that, like, the way that their production systems works is you click one wrong button and it just shows them that screen. Yes, I'm sure America's excited for that. Hey, bub. Are you doing all 3 episodes of Traitors tomorrow? There's 3? Yeah, I probably will. I will. I'm streaming today and tomorrow. We'll do all of Traitors tomorrow. We're watching Big Brother Canada tonight. America and I have already watched the first episode, so Kyle's nominations. I won't spoil it, just for the few of you who might have no idea what's going on, but I also listened to the live feed update for that day, which is so funny. You didn't know that? No, I thought it was just a premiere, but that was part of it, Steel Cage. And then there was also, like, the oil burns people were getting. Will you be watching all the Traitors episode lives, like, every week they're released? So are they really just releasing all of the Traitor stuff in bulk? Yeah. Are they doing it in bulk, or is it like they start with 3 episodes and then they do 1 episode a week like they were doing with last season? How do y'all watch BB Can? You have to go through the depths. There's no legal websites to find them through. You gotta go digging. But I think if you are on a Rob is a Podcast patron, they have links there. 3, then 1 episode a week. Okay. Video Brother. Yeah, Video Brother works. It's just very buggy. You gotta tell America to watch Big Brother Italy. Puya also has links in his Discord. Yeah. There's a lot of options, a lot of ways to get it. Okay. Are we all ready to dive in? So I'm wearing this robe for a reason today. Because I don't have too much to hang my hat on when it comes to my Big Brother game. I lost a tremendous amount of competitions. So many of them. But there's one that I didn't lose. In fact, I won. And that was a double eviction. So today we're going through the annals of Big Brother history, finding... At first, I was doing the 10 best double evictions. And when I was making the list, I could not find 10 good ones. Couldn't find them. I was even like choosing ones that were like, okay. Like okay, I mean, this one didn't piss me off. Couldn't find 10. So we landed on 7, which I'll number right now, actually. I don't really need to number them. Doesn't really matter. Your win was the only one that went the right way. I will say double evictions don't have a massive success rate. So it's a top 7 double evictions in Big Brother history. And I will say, a lot of them come from the same seasons. Because generally, if you got a good dynamic cast, you'll get good dynamic double evictions. Now, as always, you guys know how I am. I have to have a criteria for how I'm evaluating these double evictions. So, are we doing a rich tapestry? What's the deal? Well, we're just kind of ranking them based on how entertaining the double was, how satisfying it was, how important to the game it was. When I look back and say, was this a great double eviction? What's my reaction? That's it. It's a pretty simple criteria this time. Now, does anybody have a prediction of number 7? It's kind of hard to say because there's so many of them out there. But I feel like the 7 I chose are in a tier by themselves. There's nothing that's quite close. Thank you, Tech Christie, for the 1 year. I see you spamming the pink hats. Well, now you got the piss hat. Congrats. America's. Oh, yeah. Top 5 worst double evictions. I think that would 100% be there. Well, coming in at number 7 is the Big Brother 14 Final 11. Okay. Now, allow me, if I can, to set the stage. What's going on at the BB14 Final 11? So, the week prior, the week leading up to the double, Shane won HOH. And at this point, you have to really get in the time machine, zoom back, think about BB14. There's the Silent Six. That's the alliance with, like, Shane and Frank and Boogie and Dan and Danielle and Brittany. Remember that group? They all did shh. That was their thing. And at the same time, you have the Quack Pack emerging. Everyone knows the Quack Pack. That's Brittany, Dan, Danielle, Shane, and Ian, right? Ian's the big one because Ian was on Boogie's team, but he's in the Quack Pack. So, Shane wins HOH, and Ian scampers all the way up and starts ratting out Boogie and Frank to Shane. Ian's ratting him out because basically Boogie and Frank are saying they're going to target Shane. And I think even Brittany was the plan. So Ian's ratting him out, which leads Shane to nominate Frank and Boogie, obviously. Now, importantly, Ian's identity as this rat is kept a mystery the entire week. No one has any idea. At least Boogie, Ashley, Frank, none of them have any idea that Ian's the one who ratted them out. So, when Frank wins the veto and saves himself, he was the target. Jen is renommed, and Boogie is evicted. Now, Boogie leaves, and this is an iconic Julie interview, leaves thinking Dan masterminded his eviction, which, in a way, he did. I mean, Dan really wanted to kind of keep Boogie, and then ultimately decided he couldn't keep Boogie. But he found out that Ian was the one who actually ratted him out. Ian left that iconic goodbye message. which then leads us to the double eviction. Frank's been blindsided. Ashley's been blindsided. And who wins HOH? Ian. So Ian wins HOH and immediately has to go from this covert rat to out in front, time to go mask off and nominate Frank and Ashley, which he does. Frank's the target, obviously. He was the target the week previous. He won the veto. He was the target the week before that, was saved by the coach's twist. Frank's on the block, and I guess let's just see what happens.
The power of veto and save themselves? Let's find out. House guests, it's now time for the power of veto competition. The winner of the power of veto can use it to remove one of the nominees from the chart.
It's like, wow, what a clutch performance. And then you look at it, it's the most physical clown shoe veto of all time.
Block, or
they literally did. I played this competition.
Ian's nominations intact.
Except instead of so we only had one jump, but it was a bigger jump, and we had Orbeez instead of. We'll literally watch this competition in like
this competition is called Somewhere Over the Veto, and here's how it works.
We know how it works.
Tonight, Jen and Mike Boogie find their game and back to your podium, then return to your pot of gold and retrieve the veto symbol that hangs above it.
Jumping in balls is so much easier than Orbeez.
Both clovers returned with their veto symbol and buzz in will win the power of veto. And one last thing, house guests, you can only return one clover at a time. Does everyone understand?
Yes, Jules. Yes, Julie.
Okay, then please turn around,
Shane's
face your lanes, get on your mark, get set, go.
All right. Dan is kind of quick. Meanwhile, Ashley is on the most extreme pain medication you've ever seen. I don't think we'll watch her speech later, but she is so out of it.
Ian has found his first clover. No one else has found one yet. Frank has found his first clover. Joe has found his first clover.
The music is so unserious. This is Big Brother we're talking about.
And Shane have both found their first clover.
Frank's strategy is scary because you're very likely to just lob a clover out of there.
Frank has found his second clover. And Frank is in the home stretch with his power veto symbol.
So, Frank wins the veto, of course. What else is going to happen? To be fair, Shane was in there too. So, it was legitimately like a competition. One second, let me clear some things out. So, of course, Frank wins the veto, saves himself, which means Ian does the classic, renom. Joe gives a weird speech, too, is like a Papa Squat. A lot of animosity towards Joe. Seems kind of weird. And then, crazy thing, Ashley's evicted, and Ian's devastated. Ian evicted his crush. Was very upset about this, talked about how he was a horrible person. Frank made him feel even worse by saying, you guys evicted that poor girl. Which actually is kind of a Dr. Will move. Will did that. So BB14, I think it's a very fun double eviction because, of course, the target saves himself. Ian being HOH, having to make those noms is crazy. Ashley leaving on Ian's HOH is wild. And then there's a little bit of drama coming afterwards. But it's a good one. It's a good one. The reaction is worth watching. Are you saying the reaction after the whole thing?
And back to your podium. Then Shane. The nominee has won the POV, so the nominations are bound to change. Who do you want to survive eviction tonight? Tweet us and let your voice be heard. Stay with us.
You're that cheering because you made the wrong decision.
And then the last thing I think is worth watching is this.
Everybody else sending that poor girl home. Just because she was trying to make a smart move and roll with two smart players, two strong players, and hide behind us just like Danielle and Brittany are trying to hide behind two strong players.
I love, like, there's no woman who has ever played Big Brother that Frank would say is a strong player. Yeah, Brittany and Danielle hiding behind the strong players of Dan, Shane. But anyways, that's season 14. Is that the last double eviction we'll see? Who knows from this season. Any predictions for number 6, though? You know, it's always fun when a target survives. Get a thematic HOH. Someone's guessing Alyssa's eviction, the BB19, Final 7, Dark Horse, BB21. I will say BB21 was the first cut I made. Well.
Tonight.
I have the Big Brother 24 Final 6. This is my answer. Now, the BB24 Final 6 is actually not that interesting of a double eviction strategy-wise. It is very straightforward. So the week prior, Michael wins HOH, puts up Alyssa and Terrence. Michael wins the veto. So again, a Michael week. He wins HOH and veto. His target is Terrence. Terrence goes home. Very straightforward. The plan going into the double, theoretically, is what? Target Alyssa is the play, I think. Turner ends up winning the double eviction HOH. And immediately all the ball starts rolling. Hey, let's put up Alyssa and Brittany and backdoor Michael. People are even scared to say it because it's like, Michael's probably going to win. But then when Monty wins the veto, that's when Turner starts freaking out, being like, Monty, please, bro, please. You have to make sure that everyone's on my side or I'm not going to do it. Please, bro, please. And of course, Michael is backdoored. That was Taylor's move, of course, but, you know. We're talking about the double eviction itself. And, you know, it's kind of like, okay, the target lost the competition and is being backdoored. Why is this exciting? Well, because Michael decided to just make it exciting.
Okay, Alyssa, Taylor, this move to take me out is Monty and Turner's move. This is going on their resume. Even if you are votes, the jury will not see this as your move. Take that away from them. Keep me in the house so I can put them on the block. Taylor, I have never put you on the block. Alyssa, I know after the leftovers blew up, you're at the bottom of this house. You need me. Brittany has leaked a lot of information this week. Everyone knows it. About a final 2 with you, a final 2 with you, a final 3 with you. She has said a lot to a lot of people. I have played this game with my cards close to my chest because I stick my neck out for the people that I care about. I will stick my neck out for you. I will stick my neck out for you. You are 2 votes. Turner can't play in the next HOH. It can be 3-on-1, and we can take this thing to the end. Please take this opportunity to make a move for yourselves. Do not give them something to put on their resume for them to keep winning comps because they're taking me out as a comp threat. They see you as a jury threat and you as a jury threat. You are the next 2 to go. They will take Brittany. Please keep me in this game. You need me. I will come after them.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, you know, Michael just makes a good double eviction out of nowhere. And it was just funny that Brittany was so upset, basically. He was making good points. He was making the best points he could make, even though he was obviously the best person for everyone in the house to remove, except for maybe Alyssa. But even Alyssa, it's like, you keep Michael, then what? Like, I think the only person she has a shot of beating is Brittany. How the fuck do you get to the end with Brittany? You know? And does she even beat Brittany? Probably not. So, you know, I think it was the wrong move for everyone to keep Michael, but she tried her ass off, and that's very fun. Or he tried his ass off. So, you know, one of the least interesting double evictions on this list strategically. Probably one of the most interesting entertainment-wise. It was crazy. She'd be evicting Brittany. Yeah. All right. Next up, any predictions? Any predictions? Any thoughts? Any theories? Someone says, is it yours? Is it BB13? Is it BB25? Well, coming in as the 5th best, top 5 double eviction in Big Brother history.
Okay, Alyssa, Taylor, this...
Shut up. Is the Big Brother 15 Final 10. This is the Judd eviction, but let me set the stage. Let me set the stage for y'all. Gina Marie had won HOH the week prior, nominated Candace and Jesse. The MVP nominates Amanda. Jesse wins the veto, saving herself. Spencer, one of the first, like, forever pawns, goes on the block. Candace voted out 7-0. Very sad week. Very sad week. Now, how can we beat a Gina Marie HOH? Well, you guys are exactly right. At the double eviction, we get an Aaron HOH. Okay. So, you guys might be saying, Cory, why is this such a good HOH? I don't understand. Well, Aaron wins the double eviction HOH. What's funny is she wins it fully by accident. She was not trying to. It was a true-false comp. She said false. 7 people said true, and she just won on the spot. She was the only one right. Whoops, she's now the HOH. Okay, well, now what's she going to do? So, obviously, the house target is Jessie. She was the house target the week prior. She won the veto, saved herself. So, Jessie is the obvious target. We put up Jessie and Spencer. Spencer, the most obvious pawn in the world. Okay. Everything's going to plan, and then we cut to commercial. Play the veto, and Aaron wins the veto as well. Look at Aaron. There she goes. Everyone's favorite, member of the Texas Mom Talk. So she wins HOH, wins veto. We cut to commercial. We come back. It was a good run for Jessie. Do you want to use the veto? Aaron stands up and uses it. Out of fucking nowhere, just uses it. Takes Jessie off the block, replaces her with Judd, who's like distraught, is running around the house freaking out. And Judd is promptly evicted. Now, very exciting double eviction from a viewer perspective. No one had any idea what was happening, really. And then it's not till the next episode where we get a sense of what happened.
Jessie, I need to talk to you.
She's at you. Maybe we can show her.
When I'm done talking to her, I want everybody.
Okay.
If I take you off the block, you cannot me, Jessie.
I will never come after you. I swear to you. I will never come after you. I will never, ever come after you. I swear to God. I swear. Please do this for me. Okay, it's for you. I'll go get him. Go get him. Amanda McCray, me, Alyssa, Andy, will insure you and Jane Murray. And we will put you up next week or the week after if you do this.
I don't want to waste a double eviction on someone like Jessie. I want to take out a big fish. The house in general thinks Judd is MVP. Judd has built relationships across the house. He's very strong in his social game. We also think Judd would be impossible to beat at the end of this game.
That's what every one of them wants. That's what all of them want. And you have all the votes. The only person
Didn't she, really like Judd? Didn't they have a thing?
that's not in on it yet is Gina Marie. We gotta tell her about it to vote that way.
Okay.
I don't need to go campaign for myself, though. We're gonna all vote Judd.
Oh, what, you chasing the veto?
Everybody wants Judd out.
Okay, that's
They had a mini
That's what you
showman. Yeah, that's what
want,
I
yes.
thought.
Go in there.
Uh-oh.
All right. All right. Okay.
So y'all keeping Jesse?
No.
Jim.
What happened?
Vote Jesse out. They're trying to get you not to, but don't listen to them.
Okay.
Just do as we do.
Man.
Do as you do. Okay, what is that?
I don't know, we'll just go with whatever happens.
Like if you vote me out?
No.
Okay.
Just if the veto gets used.
It's a video.
If the veto gets used,
Okay, just
vote
be
out
cool.
the replacement nominee.
Okay, absolutely.
That's all you need to know.
No doubt. I got you 100%. Dude, yeah, that's fine.
You should go then.
Okay.
Did you tell him anything? Don't listen to that, Andy. Don't listen to that. I heard it through the door. Don't listen to them. They're trying to keep Jesse. Gina Marie's not going to either. I told you I didn't trust them.
Oh, this is so awkward right now. Judd thinks that we're talking about keeping Jesse.
Well, anyways, of course, Judd is named as the replacement nom. And, you know, the rest is history. Judd will get 10th place, and it was a good run for Judd. Then I'll come back and almost win. But, yeah, you know. So, I want to watch the rest. We can't just make this a watching Big Brother stream, unfortunately. It's also what's available on YouTube and stuff. So, you know, really exciting double eviction. What holds it back is it's Aaron winning the HOH and the veto. It's kind of a bummer, and, you know, it wasn't very fun necessarily to watch, but it was very tense and very exciting. So, that takes us to, I believe, the number 4 double eviction of all time. Any theories? Is it finally Cory's time? Am I even on the list? Did I put myself way too high? Is it perhaps another season? Did I lie and include a double eviction from Big Brother Italy? Well, coming in at number 4 is me. Okay. I don't have a script for this one. I was there. This would be higher if Zombie Week didn't exist. I think all of the circumstances surrounding this double eviction make it even more exciting than the actual double eviction was maybe on the day. Let's take it back a week. Cameron is HOH, puts up Izzy and Felicia. Jared wins the veto, keeps noms the same to protect his mom. The house flips on Izzy. Jared lies, saying he found out it was flipping. Me and Jared get in a massive fight in the Humiliverse. He's trying to flip the vote back. I'm trying to keep the vote there. We're yelling at each other. It's the biggest fight of the season by quite a big margin. We immediately go into the wall where Jared wins. Puts up Cory and America. What the fuck, Jared? I thought we were boys. Puts up me and America, with the backdoor target being Cameron. Why is he not targeting me? Well, because Cory would never target him. Cory doesn't have the guts. He's throwing every competition. He doesn't have the balls, figuratively and literally. I'm not scared of Cory. I'm not concerned about Cory. We got to get rid of Cameron. So Jag wins the veto, takes me off the block. Cameron is backdoored. Jared's HOH is a resounding success. He also has Matt and Jag on his side. You know, Matt and Jag are going to support Jared in the HOH. It was all a miscommunication last week. Cory and America are the targets. Let's do this thing. We go into the double eviction HOH. Jared can't play. It's a knockout comp. And one after another, everyone is ganging up on Suri. And Suri's holding her own. Suri beats Matt and Jag in a row. Bowie's immediately knocked out. Mimi's still playing the middle. And we end up with a, eventually I go in, beat Suri. We end up with a final 3 of myself, Blue, and Mimi. Now, if Mimi wins HOH, Jag is the target. It'll likely be Jag and Matt, Jag and Bowie, something like that. Jag would go home. If Blue wins HOH, Cory and Bowie will go on the block. Who fucking knows what happens after that? I think I survived the vote. maybe I get the veto used on me by Matt or Jag, but it's messy. Or what actually happens, I win the HOH against Blue after Mimi picks me again, put up Jared and Blue. Now, this is pretty interesting stuff. But even more interesting is what happens in commercial break when we're doing the veto draw. Jared, after seeing Matt and Jag pick to compete against Suri in the HOH, house guest choices Matt, who's then going to go into the veto, win, choose not to use it on Jared, causing Jared to be evicted. We got some clips.
Cory, you rang in first, answering C. Let's see if you're correct. You are correct, which means congratulations, Cory.
Yeah, if Jared wins the veto, Suri goes up. I would have wanted Blue out, but I don't think I would have had the social capital. I think it would have been Suri leaving. I just wouldn't be able to get Matt and Jag to vote out Blue there. I probably could have gotten like Bowie and then Mimi and Felicia and Jared, but like it wouldn't be worth it to betray Matt and Jag in that way.
You are the new head of household. Housemates, and make your two
But it's one I absolutely need to take. My two nominees are Jared and Blue.
Bit of a redundant speech.
nominations.
Okay, this is not a shot I want to take, but it's one I absolutely need to take. My two nominees are Jared and Blue.
Yeah, if Jared came off the block, Suri goes up, and I think I'd try to get Blue out, but I don't know if I have the time. It just would be a much better move for me. Having Matt, Jag, and Blue there together was so bad. Suri, even having Suri with Jared, it doesn't make things much worse for me.
Jared and Blue, please take your seats in the nomination.
So we get Clown Shoe Veto Part 2. Matt wins it. A lot of scrambling.
And cast your vote to evict.
Sadly evict my boy.
This is probably the best moment.
I can't. I have to vote to evict Blue.
Probably the best moment of the actual episode. The HOH competition really carried. I think this deserves a spot on the list for a few reasons. Obviously, I'm biased. I think it was a perfect ending to one of the best halves of a season of all time. If Big Brother's 2 acts, this is the finale of Act 1, and I think it was a beautiful finale. It was very thematic. It was me taking out Jared trusting Matt too much, everything slipping away from Suri still being able to outplay Matt and Jag in the actual comp, and then everything else happens. Of course, Zombie Week hurts the double eviction. I think what helps this double eviction in retrospect is people always say Zombie Week ruined it, and that's true. But you guys have to consider what would have happened if I didn't win HOH. Let's say Blue wins HOH. Let's say she doesn't even get me evicted. She gets Bowie evicted. And then it's Bowie versus Cam in the battle back. And then Cam wins the battle back. And now we have Cam and Jared going into the final 10. Cam wins HOH. Like, yeah. It sucks they weren't evicted permanently, but thank God we got Cameron versus Jared in the battle back. Because if it was Jared versus someone or Cameron versus someone, they would have just won their way back in, and we'd have both. So, hey, just be grateful. That's all I'll say. No good game talk, especially after we just watched in BB15 Scramble. Well, okay, again, Texas Johnny, like, that was the episode after. You know what I mean? Like, that was the episode after the double eviction. The episode after this double eviction, they show the game talks. It's not as interesting as what's happening in BB15, of course. But there are, talks. There's Suri trying to gather the votes, saying, Bowie, we need your vote. Bowie saying, the votes aren't there. Suri's being like, we are the votes. Like, there's interesting, panicky stuff with Suri trying to save Jared. But, of course, that's not on the live double eviction. How would you have done in the 3-part battle back comp? I think I would have been fine. I would have lost to Cameron, and I think I could have beaten Jared. Cameron was really good. Jared was okay, but when Cameron got a lead, he had to start rushing. So it's a really good double eviction. Twist kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but I thought it was still super fun to watch, and everyone in this chat, for the most part, I'm sure you guys had a good time watching it. Coming in at number 3, I have the Big Brother 14 Final 6. Now, again, this is a very uninteresting double eviction from the perspective of strategy, but goddamn is it exciting. So, the week previous, Ian was HOH. Classic nominates Jen and Frank. Finally, Dan wins the veto, which allows, Frank to be evicted. Dan ends up using it on Jen to get Joe put up. This is after Jen used it on Dan for the funeral, so he's just paying her back. And then Frank's evicted, which takes us into the double eviction. Final 6. Dan wins the Final 6 HOH, and Ian is the target. We're aware of this. We all know as viewers. Ian does not. Dan, very quickly during the double, pulls in Ian and says, Ian, you have to be a pawn. Memphis had to be a pawn. We were the Renegades. You have to be a pawn. You're good, though. We're gonna vote out whoever. Well, that's a little bit concerning. And I think Ian was a little bit concerned as well.
House guests, it is now time for the Power of Veto competition. The winner,
which leads us to one of the best veto competitions of all time.
One of the nominees from the chopping block, or they can leave Dan's start of your pot into the start. Get ready.
What's so funny about this is, like, it looks like Ian's in last the whole time, and then you see him just zoom ahead.
You have to keep going to the end.
Joe thought because he got to the veto, he won. Him running and grabbing the veto, throwing it on himself, so badass. Look, I think people get the wrong impression that I'm not the biggest fan of Ian. I fucking love Ian. I think one of my biggest inspirations going on to the show. I'm not super high in, like, his winning game or anything, but one of the most fun underdogs in Big Brother history. And this, I think, was his, like, the pinnacle Ian underdog moment. So, of course, Ian takes himself off the block, forcing Dan to renominate Danielle, which I think in the moment was like a crazy decision. It's like, what the fuck do you mean, Danielle? He's targeting Danielle now? But no, no one would vote out Danielle. He had Jen, and he didn't want to put up Jen because Jen was like his endgame thing. And obviously Shane would keep Danielle, and, it was just the right move. But it was still kind of surprising at the time. It was like, what the fuck? I remember the audience gasped. If I'm not mistaken, he had one of the longest streaks of invincibility in BB history. Yes, he did. Because Final 8, he got the veto from the claw machine. Final 7, he got HOH. Final 6, he got veto. Final 5, he got HOH. Final 4, he got saved by Dan. So that's why it's not one of the longest streaks. In the Final 4, Dan voted out Shane over him. That's how it usually works. All these people have invincibility except for one round. Jag is a great example. Jag, was safe at the final 9 because of the veto. Final 8 because HOH. Final 7 because of HOH. Final 6, he's vulnerable. Final 5, veto. Final 4, veto. Final 3, HOH. There's always one moment where you can get him. And if you miss, you miss. Mickey, Jag, Casey, Xavier, both vulnerable. Yeah, there's always one time to take a shot. I think Ty on Big Brother Canada might be one of the longest streaks. So that takes us to number 2. There's only 2 double evictions left. Any theories? I saw someone saying it was are we finally at Jeff Schroeder time? Well, let's see. Coming in at number 2 is the Big Brother 13 Final 7. Yes, it's Jeff. Big Jeff. Don't tell Dumbledore. Jeff, the previous week, was HOH. He put up Kalia and Portia. That whole side of the house. Then he won the veto, because of course he won the veto and put up Danielle as the replacement nom. Danielle was the backdoor plan. Danielle was evicted. Ugh. The vets. They're winning this whole game. It's over. Jeff eliminated Danny, the main piece of resistance. Then we get to the HOH competition. It's a quiz. Comes down to Kalia and Jordan. Jordan wins, probably puts up Kalia and Portia. Instead, Kalia wins, immediately nominates Jeff and Rachel. And then, of course, we get one of the most iconic veto competitions of all time, the clown shoe, where Jeff launches his clown shoe out of the thing, unable to find it, which is insane, because if Jeff just went at half of his normal speed, he could have won, but he was going a little bit too fast. And, he ends up losing that veto to Portia, so Kalia and Portia complete the 1-2 punch. And it gives us perhaps one of my favorite moments in Big Brother history, which is this soul-crushing vote by none other than Matt Klotz's airplane neighbor, Shelly.
Shelly, please cast your vote to evict now.
I'm sorry, Jeff, but you stand between this for my family. Jeff.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Chills. Literal chills.
Yes, the votes are in. We have a tie. 2 votes to evict Jeff, 2 votes to evict Rachel. Kalia, as current HOH, you must decide which of these 2 will leave the Big Brother house. When Kalia casts her vote, the evicted house guests will have just a few moments to say goodbye and walk out the front door. Kalia, please stand. Face the 2 nominees. Cast your vote to evict Kalia.
I'm really, really sorry. I think you're awesome. I think you're great at this game, and I think you have the absolute ability to win it, and that's why I have to evict you, Jeff. I'm sorry.
It's official, Jeff. You are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Free vote.
Sorry, Jeff.
Good job, everyone's character. Keep
Go out quickly, please.
Be straight strong.
He's so mad. So he was evicted on the double eviction in BB11 too, right? I'm pretty sure. Or was it not? I think he got 5th. No, it was just, it was Final 5, okay. It was a full week at Final 5, gotcha. But yeah, it was 2 tiebreakers. I remember that. Didn't even get to kiss Jordan on the mouth. I think he did, just a peck. But he was pissed. I remember my young self loved Jeff and Jordan. If you're just watching the show, it's hard not to. But just an iconic double eviction. You know, it's people always talk about the double eviction being like a week where you get rid of the big targets. It's usually not what happens. Usually you get like whoever's on the bottom gets evicted. Even on BB25, Jared's a big target, but he was kind of on the bottom. He was the most likely person to get evicted. There's very often not enough time to, you know, enact any crazy complex plans. So you just go with the easiest thing to do.
Literally.
This was certainly not the easiest thing to do for Shelly, but she made the move and sent Jeff packing. And I think Shelly ends up going pretty soon. And I know people get frustrated about BB13 because it felt kind of rigged because of Pandora's Box and the duo twist. And yeah, it seemed rigged to me. But I think Rachel's the best winner we could have gotten out of the season. Kalia would have been fun, but I don't know. Thank you, Heather, for the 13 months. It's more common in Canada that big targets go in doubles and triples. I mean, in triples, it's like so easy to get rid of big targets. So there you go, BB13, which leaves the best double eviction in Big Brother US history. I don't think it's particularly close. It's the final 8 of Big Brother 15. I don't know if this is a typo. It might be the final 7. I think it's the final 7. Doesn't really matter. Let me talk through this little double eviction. It's 7-5. Yeah. So it's the final 6, really. So Gina Marie just won HOH, and this is one of those double evictions. The best double evictions, I think, are double evictions that play off the previous week. That's why I liked my double eviction so much. It played off Jared nominating me in America, then I put up him in blue. Gina Marie wins HOH, puts up McCrae and Amanda. McCrae wins that veto, and take a guess. Who do you think was named as a replacement nom? What have we learned from this season? Any theories? Who was it? Who could it have been? I'm not going on until someone says it. This double eviction, I literally started crying first time ever watching Big Brother. Mountain Doofus says Alyssa. Nope. Repeat Amanda. Nope. Wow. Guys, come on. Spencer Toria. That's right, extra spicy peppers. I'm glad someone's locked in, following what I'm saying, staying on my wavelength. So, of course, Spencer, the replacement nom of the year, gets put up. And Spencer's going to go home, of course, until Andy flips on Amanda to make it a 3-2 vote. Crazy. And then immediately we go into a double eviction. Immediately. McCrae, blindsided. His girlfriend just went home. And of course, it's a very physical HOH comp. He wins. Uh-oh. McCrae wins. Andy just flipped on him. This is not looking good. But Andy has an advantage. McCrae doesn't know who flipped on him. It's either Andy or Alyssa. And I think I'll just let Andy take it away from here.
I heard. I love you.
I thought I could trust him, that I am the one to house to flip, and she thought that I was on.
Okay. Did you follow her out? No. You swear to God. Everything.
Alyssa was running around the house all week trying to get the house to flip, and she thought that I was on board, as did Amanda and McCrae. But what they didn't know was that I was secretly playing both sides of the house.
Alyssa, what the hell? Oh my God.
I don't know. Now the big hurdle is that McCrae is going to know that either myself or Alyssa has lied.
The audacity of Andy to talk to Alyssa the way he does is so funny in this double.
I just need to convince him that I am the one telling the truth. I've got a hard road ahead of me, but the good thing is I've got all of my fellow exterminators who are there to help me frame her.
Please just be honest with me. Like, did you vote to evict Amanda? No. For sure.
Good luck, guys.
Congratulations, McCray. You are the new head of household.
Winning this HOH is huge, but Amanda just left the game. My head.
So good.
Nice job. Please don't let me up. Job. You know you can trust me. No, you have to.
It's okay. McCray wins HOH, and he has to immediately make his nominations, and I know that going through his head is which one of Andy and Alyssa voted Amanda out. And it is my mission to make him believe 100% that I have never faltered from my alliance with him and that I should be trusted over Alyssa. Even though I should definitely not be trusted whatsoever.
Please, McCray.
What am I supposed to do? I don't know which one.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
Are you kidding me? Like, who has been with you?
Please.
Who got to me every week? I'm not an idiot, McCray. Don't be stupid.
McCray has Turner energy here.
Alyssa's telling me to trust her. Andy's telling me to trust him.
Stop lying, Alyssa.
What?
If I was gonna have to guess, I'd probably say that Andy's the one who flipped. Because I can tell from the look on his face that he's lying.
You have to trust me.
But if I want to be safe going into the next week, I'm gonna have to create as few waves as possible.
Yeah, so I don't believe McCray. I think Andy was able to convince him, but it does help when the rest of the house also wants you to do this other thing where it's like, it's easier to believe Andy for sure. But, you know, from there, the week is actually relatively straightforward. Kind of. You know, Alyssa and Gina Marie are put up. Andy avoids the block. Judd wins veto, which locks it in. Andy's chilling. Alyssa gets evicted 3-0, and at this point, Andy's kind of invincible. It's a little bit impossible for him to leave. Just an insanely impressive double eviction from Andy. I think BB15, it's such a shame because the season was one of the worst in Big Brother history, truly. Like, it's not a hot take. I think it's probably the second, third worst in the show's history for very obvious reasons. I think the racism happening during the season made it borderline unwatchable. Like, it's hard to appreciate anything when there's such like a dark cloud over the season. But it probably had like the most rabid gamers of any season in Big Brother history. And I don't think it's particularly close. I think BB 15, 17 a little bit, but even 17 had a lot of people who weren't playing that hard. In 15, it was everybody except maybe Gina Marie. Andy was playing hard, Spencer was playing hard, McCray was playing hard, Amanda was playing hard, Alyssa was playing hard, Helen was playing hard. So it's kind of no surprise that it has such great double evictions. It's got players who are willing to do some crazy shit. Izzy and Suri on 15 would be wild. They would match the speed a little bit more. Stop lying, Alyssa, yeah. It's iconic. I think Gina Marie was too. Yeah, I mean, she was playing hard. She was just so bad. It was like kind of hard to look at. Yeah, but that'll do it. That's the 7 best double evictions in Big Brother history. Look, I think double evictions, here's the way they have to handle them in the future, okay? We need way less advertisements, way less ads. Play the ads, like, front load the ads super hard. That first, 20 minutes where we're just doing the first eviction, zoom through the eviction, do, 9 minutes of ads, and then let us just see the double eviction. That's the biggest problem with it. Number 2, physical vetoes and double evictions are so fucking dumb. And they fixed this in Big Brother 26. Chemo won the double eviction. It was a very balanced table maze kind of thing. The path to power. So, I think double eviction HOHs should always be quizzes. Double eviction vetoes should always be carnival games. That's my opinion. That's my thought. I don't want to watch Ica versus Netta yet, because we're going to watch BB Can 5 later, and I don't want to, I want it to be fresh. Ian's POV win's a great example, yes. What about puzzles? Puzzles are fine. Just never have physical elements to the puzzles. Like massive puzzle pieces, or you have to run back and forth with the pieces. That's when it gets annoying. BB26 did not make top 7. I mean, BB26 was a tragic double eviction. The HOH was kind of exciting because Angela got really close to winning, but it just wasn't. I mean, it was a really good double eviction. Like, Chelsea did a really good job in it, but it just wasn't that exciting because she was already the front runner. Do you remember the BB19 Final 7 double where Jason was blindsided? I do. Honestly, that could have been included. Like, was that better than maybe you could do top 8? The problem with that double eviction was like Paul just had such a firm grasp of everything. Like, you want to see the power structure kind of be shaken a little bit, and it was just kind of the opposite. Like, we're just watching like the bottom feeders prey on each other. But it was a very intricate double eviction, which I think is fair. And a lot of what made that double eviction interesting, Sai, was the following week, which obviously like wouldn't be included. Nah, doofus. Chelsea doesn't go home. I don't think there's any way Chelsea goes home. Like, Angela wins HOH, puts up Cam and Chelsea. Chemo wins the veto, probably doesn't use it. Cam goes home. I think. Because I think she'd have, she'd have at least Chemo and MJ to keep her, and probably Rubina. Oh, I did not enjoy that one, Allie, because I needed Brett to win that HOH to do something. That was a very sad double eviction. It's like where someone's the target for everybody and you need them to win and then they get evicted. It was just like sad. You were hoping Brett would go out when it's not a double, so we'd have a week of scrambling. And they'd have to betray him, but because it was a double, it was just so quick. The MJ Janky World stuff, a lot of it fell into her lap a little bit, where like she had no relationship with T-Core and wanted T-Core out, and Leah was HOH, so you're gonna kiss the HOH's ass. So it kind of put up a mirage where like she was doing all the right things, but like it made us think she was a much better player than she was. Also, it was when Chelsea was having her arguments with MJ because of like the moving the beds, the cots stuff. And I think it made MJ kind of anti-Chelsea for like a day or two, which also it made her seem much better. BB24 double was exciting. I had that at number 6. MJ sending out her closest ally at her HOH still makes sense. It happens. You know. She's not the first to do it. She won't be the last. Well, that'll do it. It's a quick stream today because tomorrow is not going to be a quick stream. It's going to be a fucking marathon, apparently, because Trader is releasing 8 episodes. Thirstiest time of the year. This sounds like Sprite Cranberry. But anyways, that'll do it. I appreciate you guys. Traders is releasing 100 episodes tomorrow. So we're going to be watching those when they come out. Does anybody know when? I'm not clicking it, Summers. Does anybody know when it comes out? What time? 9 p.m.? Okay. That's actually a reasonable time, at least. So, I'll